Good evening, everybody. My name is Matt Bressington. I'm here in FIBO, Cologne. It's the first time I've ever been in Cologne. This show is being presented by Euronics, and today I'm with Marcel Dabo. First and foremost, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you guys for having me.
Yes, of course, no worries. I mean, this is your home country,
Exactly.
so it must be feeling good to be back home, no?
Oh, absolutely. Like I said, there's nothing like home. It's always good to see the family, see friends and all that. It's, like I said, it's nothing like home. And I love the States, but Germany's my home country, and it's always good to come back and, handle my business over here.
There we go. So you've been in Indy for this is your third season, you're going into your fourth, right?
Exactly. I'm going to my fourth year now.
Yeah. So I was at the 2021 IPP when I watched you in the combine. I'm not gonna lie, it's probably one of the most impressive combines I've ever seen in person. I remember you did a shuttle drill. You backflipped and slapped your thigh, and the sound went all the way through the London Stadium. So that's like my memory of you from back in the day. But let me ask you some technical stuff, if you don't mind. You've been in Indy for obviously a number of years. We haven't seen any tape on you for a while because
True.
obviously you've been doing things in the dark and secrets in the States. What part of your game do you feel has developed the most in the last few seasons?
I would say, honestly, it's my game IQ. I think the athleticism is always the one thing that I had, and my athleticism definitely helped me get to the point where I'm at right now. But I think the football IQ and understanding the game of football, really, understanding how to play defensive back, how to be a safety in the National Football League really developed in the last couple of years. And I think this hopefully is my breakout season. And if it was easy, everybody would do it, but it's not easy. You don't just go from the ELF into the NFL and be the same impact player that you used to be with the Stuttgart Surge. It don't work like that, but I'm excited and I'm happy to have this opportunity, and I'm excited to get to work back again.
Yeah, so you've been playing safety, but you played all over defensive back in your career. Would you say you want to play more as safety, a corner, a nickel? What's your game style? What do you think you're most fit for?
I think in Germany I love to play corner because it's the one-on-one matchup, but I think in terms of body type and athleticism, my body type fits into the role of a safety more because I'm a physical player. I weigh around 210 pounds, so I think safety really fits me well.
Is there any guys in Europe you remember from your days in Stuttgart who gave you, obviously young Dabo, not Dabo now, but guys that gave you issues back in your time in the ELF?
Excuse me?
Any guys in the ELF when you played that gave you a little bit of an issue that you might be...
I mean, it's definitely one of my closest friends, Luis Gaia,
Yeah.
that I work with a lot. He's one of my best friends and the guy that I'm working with the most when I'm back here. So shout out to Luis. He's a great athlete, tremendous player, impact player for the Stuttgart Surge, probably the best wide receiver in the European League football. So he's probably the guy that I like the most in terms of competition.
Now I'm a former DB, so I want to ask you this. Your first 5 steps, walk me through everything. What you're seeing, you're reading the receivers, the offensive line, everything for the first 5 steps. I want to know every single detail.
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, in terms of a safety, you're more further back, so you have more time to think about what's happening. Most of the time you're in zone coverage, so you don't really have a exact assignment what you're really, in terms of who you're covering, but that's a good question though. It always depends on what coverage you're playing. I can't really just literally tell you, hey, this is what's going to happen, because everything is kind of different in the NFL. But
yeah, I mean, you said zone coverage. A lot of people don't understand the difference between how you're going to turn your hips when you're opening up in zone and how you're going to turn your hips in man coverage. What for you is preferred in your style of play, man coverage or zone coverage?
I used to love to play man coverage because, like I said, I love these one-on-one matchups with a wide receiver. You don't really, it's not very complicated, but it's very technical. That's what I like about man coverage. But zone coverage is, like I said, you have more space, you have more time to react, and you can really utilize your speed. I can use my 4.4 speed as a free safety in zone coverage more. Yeah. I feel like than I used to as a corner, but that's a whole different conversation.
I mean, what's your favorite zone coverage? We're making your defensive play. You're the DC now.
Yeah.
DC Dabo. Will you get one coverage or we get a run base? What are you picking? And you can be at safety if you want.
I would probably have to go with a fire zone.
Okay.
Like, I like to blitz because like I said, I'm a physical player. But other than that, I like cover 3.
Yeah.
Middle of the field safety, range. Earl Thomas back in the day is one of my role models. So that's probably the coverage that I would have to go with as a DC.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. It must be quite cool to see your former team, the Surge, when you were there, and the Gaia, and all these young gems that have come through. They weren't a great team in terms of success, and now they're a championship contender. How does that feel, watching that from Indianapolis, seeing your childhood team, I guess you could argue it, become a championship contender?
I mean, it's amazing, especially with the ELF championship game coming to Stuttgart this year. It's huge. I mean, I wish I was a part of it, but I gotta handle my business over there, and I'll keep on rooting for my former team and my teammates, my friends, coaches, and all that. So it definitely makes me proud.
I got another one that's a bit more technical. You're playing press. You're in corner. You can play safety. You come down to nickel. What's going through your mind at press coverage? Because a lot of people play it differently. A lot of people will play the hips. A lot of people play to try and get hands physical in the chest. Some people don't do either of them. Some people just try and bait the press to like ghost press and let them go up. So what's your speciality in press coverage?
I mean, there are many ways that you can play press. I used to love to play aggressive because my catch-up speed always used to be pretty good. I was able to run with the receivers, but in the NFL, it don't work like that. If you miss, you're probably losing a rep, so you got to be a little more patient, and you got to think about what you're doing a little more. But I would say for me, I used to love to play pretty aggressive, put my hands, but most of the time also like just read the hips.
Yeah, because you mentioned the speed. I think a lot of people will watch the NFL and they'll go, it looks about the same speed as Europe, because everyone in the NFL is running 4.4s, including yourself.
Exactly.
The speed of the game is so much different in the States. How would you put that into words for the European fans that are watching?
That's a good question, but yeah, like you said, the game speed is very different. I think one of the most interesting factors is how fast certain plays develop in the NFL. Because if you look at an ELF game, the ELF looks fast. But the play development in the NFL is a little faster than in Europe. But I think we'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
Yeah, I like that. And then coming into this season, what is your expectation of yourself? You're trying to make the full 53-man roster. I know you played some preseason games as well, try and make an impact on them. What's your goals for 2025 with the Colts?
Trying to get better.
There you go.
Trying to get better. I mean, ultimately, I want to make the team. I want to be an impact player in the NFL, but one step at a time. Learn the playbook, know your assignment, know what you're doing, be in shape, and be a good teammate.
Yeah, that playbook must be big too.
Oh yeah.
How long does it take you to read that?
I mean, thank God it's on the iPad, so
right.
I don't have it on paper. It's not like 1990 football anymore.
Yeah. But
yeah, it takes some time. But
yeah, because my friend Caleb Leach, I'm not sure you probably remember, he's a big friend of mine. Remember him talking about him in 2021. He said, "Yeah, I found this Dabo kid. He's gonna be real good." Coming through these last few years, I think it's been it's nice to see you develop so much. So it's
exactly, and like I said, it's the football IQ that really helped me be more of an impact player in the NFL also.
Yeah, nice. I appreciate it. You've become the kind of the like unofficial face of German American football.
Say again?
You've become like the unofficial face of like German American football.
I mean, that's kind of what it's all about. That's what the ELF is all about. You're trying to grow the sport internationally, and I'm just trying to do my role.
Yeah.
In growing the sport internationally, doing something for my hometown. I did a kids camp back in Reutlingen in my hometown with over 150 kids. It's all about the next generation. Who's going to be the next Lenny Krieg, the next Marcel Dabo?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's about Lenny. Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
I mean, Lenny, you mentioned him as well. Going to Atlanta, so more Germans coming in. I mean, you've got Germans in the past. I was seeing him, obviously he was over there with you. You've got you in the modern day. Do you think Germany has been the forefront of American football in Europe? I mean, it has been for the last few years, but we're seeing through the IPP a lot less German guys coming through. Do you think we'll have a bit of a renaissance, or we have a couple more come through in the next couple of years?
Oh, 100%. I mean, we have tremendous talent in Germany, especially the German players in the European League of Football are amazing. Like Louis Geyer, Robin Wilczek used to play for Berlin, unfortunately retired. I'll try to get him out of retirement.
Please do. I still want to see Robin. Robin's one of my favorite receivers to
Yeah,
watch.
exactly. He's an athlete. He
Yeah.
definitely has what it takes to play in the National Football League, just like Lewis
Is it?
and so many other players in the ELF. So I think in terms of Germany has probably the biggest international market of American football.
Yeah.
So I think we can expect more and more players coming from Germany.
My last question. You have to give me an answer. You can't say Surge. Which one of those uniforms do you think you'd look best in? If you were coming back to ELF, can't say Surge. I'm gonna force your hand on this one.
Woo,
If you were to be,
that's a good question, honestly. Personally,
because you know we're gonna clip this.
I like the Raiders uniforms.
Ooh, I like the Raiders uniforms too.
I like the
That'd be
Raiders
interesting.
uniforms.
That's an interesting fit. I didn't think you'd go for the Raiders.
I like the Raiders.
Ooh. Now you got my mind thinking how that would look. That would be good. I'd like that a lot. It's been a pleasure talking to you, man.
I appreciate
really appreciate it. Been good fun.
For sure.
I wish you all the best. Absolutely.
Appreciate you guys having me.
There we go. Thank you very much, everyone. Do not forget, like, subscribe, watch the 24-hour stream on your YouTube channel, and keep up with Dabo as well. I'm sure if you're watching this, you already know who he is. But I've been Matt Bressington. Thank you very much. See you next time. Goodbye. There we go.